I'm Congressman Ron Paul, a congressman from Texas. I've been in Congress for 20 years. My goal has always been to promote the cause of liberty and to obey the Constitution. I plan to do that as president as well.
Congressman Paul, let me expand this conversation. Do you agree with Governor Perry that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme?
Well, I agree that Social Security is broke, and we spent all the money, and it's on its last legs unless we do something. One bill that I had in Congress that never got passed was to prevent the Congress from spending any of that money on the wars and all the nonsense that we do around the world. Now, the other thing that I would like to see done is a transition. I think it's terrible that the Social Security system is in the problems. It has the problems that it has. But if people wouldn't have spent the money, we would be okay. Now, what I would like to do is to allow all the young people to get out of Social Security and go on their own. Now, the big question is how would the funding occur?
All right, hold that thought for a minute. Congressman Paul, what about you? Would you repeal it?
Well, we shouldn't have never started it. I voted against it, but that sure wouldn't be on my high list. I would find a lot of cuts, a lot of other places. Matter of fact, on Social Security, it is already being reformed because the cost of living increases aren't there, so the value is going down. So, no, there's places we should cut, and we spend, and I'm not sure I can get anybody to agree with me on here, on this panel, but we spend $1.5 trillion overseas in wars that we don't need to be in, and we need to cut there and then put this money back into our economy here. And that is the only way to achieve it. Then it still wouldn't be enough in order to get some people out. What we need to do is cut the Department of Education, the Department of Energy, and all these departments and get rid of them. Then we can do it.
We're going to get to national security. Don't worry. Congress, we're here in Tampa. Let's go right to a question from the audience. Please give us your name.
Good evening. I'm Steve Broutsong with the Tea Party of Greater Gaston County from Gastonia, North Carolina. My question tonight is, what is your position on the Federal Reserve? Should it indeed be audited and be held accountable by the American people?
Senator Santorum. Congressman Paul, you're from Texas. Does your governor deserve all that credit?
Not quite. I'm a taxpayer there. My taxes have gone up. Our taxes have doubled since he's been in office. Our spending has gone up double. Our debt has gone up nearly triple. So, no, and 170,000 of the jobs were government jobs. So I would put a little damper on this, but I don't want to offend the governor because he might raise my taxes or something. But I would like to mention something that was said earlier about a tax cut. And how do you pay for a tax cut? I think that's the wrong principle, because when you give people their money back, it's their money. You don't have to pay for it. That means the government owns all of our money if you look that way.
All right.
So we have to cut the spending, and a good way to start, there's a little embassy we built over in Baghdad. It cost us $1 billion. It's bigger than the Vatican. That's what's bankrupting this country, and that's the easy place to cut. That's where we should be cutting.